Hey everyone, welcome back to our series on the trading profession. Today, we're diving into a concept that is absolutely crucial for long-term success, something that separates the consistently profitable traders from those who just get lucky and then burn out. We're talking about probabilistic thinking. Now, I know that sounds a bit academic, but trust me, it's the secret sauce. So, what exactly is it? In simple terms, probabilistic thinking is understanding that in trading, anything can happen on any single trade. There are no certainties. Instead of trying to predict the future with 100% accuracy, which is impossible, we learn to think in terms of probabilities. We look at a setup and ask, what is the most likely outcome based on my strategy and historical data? Not will this trade be a winner. This mindset shift is a complete game changer. Think about it like a casino. The casino doesn't know if you're going to win the next hand of blackjack. They can't predict the outcome of a single spin on the roulette wheel. But they know that over thousands and thousands of hands, over thousands of spins, their statistical edge will play out, and they will come out profitable. That's exactly how a professional trader needs to think. Your trading edge, your strategy, is your personal casino. You might lose on the next trade. You might even lose on the next 5 trades in a row. But if you have a proven edge that wins, say, 60% of the time, then over 100 or 1,000 trades, that edge will manifest, and you'll be profitable. The key is to stop getting emotionally attached to the outcome of any single trade. This is where so many new traders go wrong. They take a loss, and they take it personally. They think, my analysis was wrong, or I'm a terrible trader, or they get a big win and feel invincible, thinking they've figured it all out, and then they get overconfident and take a huge, reckless trade that wipes out their gains. Both reactions are driven by emotion and a focus on individual outcomes. A probabilistic thinker sees a loss and says, okay, that was one of the 40% of trades that my strategy is expected to lose. It's just a part of the business. And they see a win and say, great, that was one of the 60% of trades that are expected to win. It's part of the process. Notice the difference. It's calm, it's detached, and it's process-oriented, not outcome-oriented. So, how do you actually develop this mindset? The first step is to have a trading plan with a defined edge. You need to know, based on backtesting and forward testing, what your strategy's expected win rate and risk-to-reward ratio are. You have to have the numbers. If you don't know your stats, you're not running a business. You're just gambling. You need to know what to expect. If your system historically has a maximum drawdown of 15%, you won't panic when you read down 10% because you know it's within the normal statistical range of your strategy's performance. Without this data, every losing streak feels like the end of the world. The second, and perhaps most important step, is execution. You have to execute your plan flawlessly over a large sample size of trades. This is where discipline comes in. You can't just pick and choose which signals to take based on how you feel. You have to take every single valid setup that your plan generates. Why? Because your statistical edge only works over a large number of occurrences. If you skip a trade that your system tells you to take, and that trade ends up being a massive winner, you've just skewed your results. You failed to let your edge play out. Trading is a numbers game, and you have to play the full game to win. This means treating every trade with the same level of importance, whether it's the first trade of the day or the 50th trade of the month. Let's talk about risk management, because it's directly tied to this. A probabilistic trader knows they will have losing trades. It's a mathematical certainty. So, they manage their risk on every single trade to ensure that no single loss, or even a string of losses, can knock them out of the game. They might risk only 1% of their account on any given trade. This way, even if they hit an unlucky streak of 10 losses in a row, which is statistically possible for any strategy, they've only lost 10% of their capital. They're still in the game, ready to keep executing their plan so their edge can eventually kick in. Someone who doesn't think in probabilities might risk 20% on one trade, thinking it's a sure thing. But there are no sure things. One bad trade, and their account is crippled, and their confidence is shattered. This mindset also frees you from the constant stress of needing to be right. The ego is a trader's worst enemy. The need to be right on every trade leads to terrible decisions, like holding onto a losing position, hoping it will turn around, or moving your stop loss because you can't accept you were wrong. A probabilistic trader doesn't care about being right on one trade. They care about being profitable over the long run. They can accept being wrong with ease because they know it's just a statistic, a cost of doing business. They cut their losses quickly and without emotion because their plan tells them to. They're not fighting the market, they're flowing with the probabilities. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine your strategy has a 50% win rate, but your average winner is twice the size of your average loser. This is a profitable system. A probabilistic thinker knows that with a 50% win rate, it's entirely possible to have a sequence of loss, 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 win, loss, loss, win, win, loss. That's 6 losses and 4 wins. Someone focused on individual outcomes would be freaking out after the first 4 losses. They'd probably abandon the strategy, saying it doesn't work, but the probabilistic trader sticks with it. Let's say each loss is $100 and each win is $200. In that sequence, they lost $600 but made $800. They are still up $200. They trusted the process, managed their risk, and let the math work in their favor. This is the essence of professional trading. So, to wrap it all up, shifting your mindset from trying to predict single outcomes to thinking in probabilities is fundamental. It allows you to manage emotions, handle losses gracefully, and stick to your plan with unshakable discipline. It's what turns trading from a stressful, emotional roller coaster into a calm, methodical business. Your job isn't to be a fortune teller. Your job is to be the casino. Define your edge, know your numbers, manage your risk, and execute your plan consistently over a large sample of trades. If you can do that, you're putting yourself on the path to sustainable, long-term success in this challenging but rewarding profession. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope this gives you a new perspective on how to approach your trading. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of our series. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. Keep studying, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.